Hey guys, and welcome to Season 2 of the Tottenham Career Mode. We are back, and after struggling towards the end of Season 1, it feels good to start fresh in Season 2. We've got a lot of money as well, so we're going to spend it all. I'm not going to hold back, as this is probably the final season of this career mode. I'm going to spend it all, and I'm going to go for top quality players wherever I can. Now, I've listened to your comments. Let's take a look at the shortlist. There are a few rules to the series. Players that play for a club that have a bigger reputation than Spurs cannot be contacted or bought. Same goes for players that are in the top 8 of their current league. Well, there is no top 8 as the season hasn't started yet, so that rule is not really in effect right now. But the most popular names that popped up as I go through the entire list were Carlos Vela, or Carlos Vela, however you pronounce it. Ross Barkley was by far the most popular player, and Axel Witsel as well. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm not going to bore you with the negotiations for all these players. I'm just going to show you when we confirm the transfers. I do want to mention briefly that I am going to include some players in the deals, and some of them might be a bit shocking to you. I mean, for example, Lamela. I'm probably going to let him go, as Carlos Vela is just a superior player in my opinion. However, the only bit of transfer business I am going to show you guys are the incoming transfer offers, because you know sometimes I'm forced to accept certain offers. In this case, AC Milan I can reject, as sad as it sounds, because Milan is not one of the superpowers in Europe anymore. But they will come back, don't worry. And in between transfer business, we've also got a few games in the European Continental Shield. I'm going to sim every single game unless I make it to the final, in which case it is kind of interesting to play that game. But we draw 0-0, not the best of starts. Another transfer offer for Jan Vertonghen. This time it's Juve. Now this is interesting. If Juve put in a bid that is 1.5 times the value of the player, I have to accept the offer. In this case, they haven't offered nearly enough to get Jan Vertonghen out of this club, so I'm going to reject. Stoke City going in for Berahino. If they offer me 45 million, I'm willing to let him go. Slightly awkward, Barcelona have offered to buy Nabil Bentaleb, and unfortunately it does not even matter what value they offer, because Barcelona are one of the 3 teams in this career mode that I cannot refuse no matter what. So, rather surprisingly, Nabil Bentaleb is going to continue his footballing career in one of the best teams in the world. So, good luck to you. You'll believe in us. As you can see, every team in our group has drawn their games so far. So, it's quite interesting. Let's see how we can do against Lokomotiv Moscow. And hopefully get a win, because I could use the extra cash. I could use it if we were to win. But Kolometiev disagrees and we lose 3-1. Now this is kind of interesting. Stoke City have counter-offered for 37 million euros. And I'm tempted to accept, because Kane is going to be my first team striker. Berahino is going to be backup. But I'm pretty sure with 37 million in the bank, I can sign a replacement rather easily. So that's exactly why I'm going to accept this offer from Stoke City. This is my decision. The rules do not force me to sell him, but I cannot reject that kind of money. And the final game of the group stages in the European Continental Shield, we're probably going to get knocked out unless we win. We do win, so I'm not sure what's going to happen next. Apparently we got knocked out with a win, a draw and a loss. It's kind of harsh. You'd expect to go through with those kind of results, but unfortunately it didn't happen. We got 2 million extra. Just want to quickly point out that we've got now 95 million, and I'm kind of grasping for air, because with this type of budget I should be able to make every single signing I want. And since we've got the financial power, the first confirmed transfers are coming in. Ross Barkley is joining from Everton for 28 million euros, and Axel Witsel is joining for 20 million. Quite cheap. He was in the last year of his contract. Let's continue and see who else we can pull. And the third player coming in is Carlos Vela. I had to pay a lot of wages to get him. 200,000 is quite a lot. He was on 140. I had to offer him a lot more, but he finally gave in, and he's joining Everton. He's joining Tottenham. And guys, this is what our team looks like. Every single player is 80 rated or above, with the exception of Danny Rose and left back. We could potentially still sign one, but right now I'm thinking the team is solid, man. We've got Barkley on the bench with a red card, unfortunately. He'll be rotating around with a Hulk. Potentially Hulk can also play as a striker, so I'm going to switch them around often enough. Barkley will get played, but look at that bench. It's just fantastic. And I'm going to spend every bit of money I have left to try and sign Ricardo Rodriguez. After that, our transfer business is done. We should only be looking at outgoing transfers then, hoping that Barcelona, Bayern and Real Madrid stay quiet. I'm also going to ask for a little bit more money. 10 million is what I want in return. I'll make sure we win the treble this season, which, even if I don't succeed, it's the final season anyway, so we need to get as much money in as we can. Alright, I've tried 2 times, once for 10 million, one for 7 million. Apparently, the results in the pre-season tournament have made the board lose confidence in me. I find that rather surprising. It's only a pre-season tournament. This is going to be the difference between us signing Ricardo Rodriguez and us failing. Alright guys, we've got our first game of the BPL season coming up, and what do you know, it's the North London derby against Arsenal, so I'm hoping this team is ready. We've signed Villa, Witsel, Barkley, still trying to get Ricardo Rodriguez in. We sold Berahino for a hefty price, man, I couldn't reject. Wimmer, Bentaleb and Pritchard will hopefully get us the necessary funds for that signing of Ricardo Rodriguez. I'm going to go all out to try and get him. Maybe sign a centre-back as well if you have the money for that. But right now, we'll have to do it with this team against Arsenal at White Hart Lane. Let's get into it. Welcome at White Hart Lane for the game. Tottenham against Arsenal. As we struggle towards the end of the season, I'm feeling very positive right now. The mentality has completely changed. I believe we can go far with this team. We've made the right signings in my opinion. Let me know if you agree. What did I do well? What did I do wrong? Are you annoyed that some of the players left the club? For example, a Wimmer or a Bentaleb. In some of the cases I couldn't really do much about them, but I felt like we strengthened the team overall with the likes of Witsel, Villa and Barkley, who was unfortunately suspended for this game. David Luiz is going to make his debut for Arsenal. They've spent some cash. We also spent some cash, but David Luiz, Jesus. Let's take a look at our lineup, of course. Timo Horn is the #1 goalkeeper for this season. Kyle Walker, Alderweireld, Vertonghen and Danny Rose. An unchanged defence compared to last season, although I'm still working on that. Witsel, Dembele, Villa, Eriksson, Hulk and Kane. What a powerful midfield and front, well, 4 I should say. And this is the Arsenal lineup. David Luiz came in this season, Matuidi came in last season. Other than that, pretty similar side to what they normally use. Only 2 new players really. We can take them on. Let's go. Carlos Vela finds himself in a bit of space against Nacho Monreal, goes past him easily there. Witsel making the run, the new boys combining. Axel Witsel inside, well played. Witsel still going on his left foot. Axel Witsel, shoot for fuck's sake. Oh, he's been challenged. He's been tackled from behind. That could be a sending off. Referee bottled it. Only a yellow for Alexis Sanchez. Eriksson is on this free kick, but he's not going to shoot. That's impossible. You can't beat Petr Cech from that angle. We're going to look for Axel Witsel, though, who's on the front post right there. Can he win the header? Yes, he can, but it goes wide. It's not really a good first half here. And there we go. That's the end of the first half. I have to say, it's been an interesting half. Both teams started off very carefully. I mean, we didn't do too bad. We bossed possession. We had a couple of chances. Witsel had a chance where he refused to shoot. He had a header as well. Other than that, it's been a pretty boring game. They have picked up 3 yellow cards already. They're playing dirty. They're trying to do everything to stop us from scoring. The pass accuracy is fantastic. In fairness, we're playing a good game. We just can't break through their very defensive setup and their dirty play. Witsel, well played into Kane. Carlos Vela making the run. This could be the chance here for Tottenham. Carlos Vela, the debutant, cuts inside, looks for Kane. Harry Kane off the post. Closest we've been. Harry Kane should have buried that. Dembele looking for Eriksson. Eriksson back into Witsel, who's launching one from distance. Cech has to punch that one clear. And Tottenham a little bit more attacking out of the dressing rooms. Witsel again winning that header. I have to say, he's been controlling that midfield absolutely beautifully. What a player so far. And that probably explains our insane passing accuracy. It's just when we get the ball in the final third, we're struggling to create something. Then Dembele can't get there. Well, Witsel again using good strength, playing it off to Eriksson. They're not going to get any chances if they can't get past Witsel, and that is going to be their 4th yellow card. Arsenal, I don't know what has changed, but this is not Arsene Wenger anymore. You know what, Hulk? Power one. Let's see if we can test Petr Cech from this kind of range. It's not a bad one, just wide. Oh, what a ball. You have to be kidding me. Danny Welbeck chips Timo Horn and we're 1-0 down. How has that happened? Their first chance of the game, Danny Welbeck takes it. And I don't know what to say to this. I'm genuinely shocked at how that has worked. What a pass. Splitting my defence. And the finish, delicate as can be, and daylight fucking robbery right here at White Hart Lane. We deserve all 3 points and we're going to end up losing. And there we go, that's the end of the game. I can't believe that. I genuinely can't believe that. I'm actually shocked. I was feeling so positive about this season. I was feeling so positive about my signings, and I haven't changed my mind. I think we've done fantastic here. We dominated and bossed Arsenal to the point where they had to tackle us and pick up yellows to try and stop us. But we just couldn't score. And I don't know what to say. Timo Horn played a 4.0. He had only one shot to save and he failed. I mean, I'm still majorly disappointed in that result. But I'm not going to let the morale drop here because we played well. We had a good start. We just were very unlucky right there, and I don't think we're going to get Ricardo Rodriguez because they want 53 million. So it's not going to happen. But right now, we have to get over it. We have to get over that result and try and get the first win of the season against West Ham. In the next episode, we've also got the Champions League qualifiers against Aberdeen, 2 legs, very important. And then we've got Newcastle as well. So 3 games in the next episode, and I hope you're looking forward to it. If you believe that we can do well with this team, then let me know by leaving a like down below and let me know what you think of the transfer so far. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.